Welcome to my picks of the best films of 2011. Here's numbers 10 through number 6. Number 10, Hannah. Hannah is a film directed by Joe Wright. He has continually made really interesting films. I have loved almost every one of his films. This movie was the best. Hannah stars, for the life of me, I can't pronounce her name, but her name is she's a really great actress, but I can never... Saoirse Ronan. I think that is Eric Bana, Cate Blanchett. Hannah was an amazing action movie. It had great locations. It felt like they shot right on those locations. They didn't shoot in the set that much. The score was done by the Chemical Brothers. Now, we had heard scores from Daft Punk and Crystal Method. All of these kind of artists are in the same genre, and it's great to see them branch out into the film world. It is amazing. It drives the story. It gets you right in there. You're very excited. You care about the characters. One thing that really surprised me about this movie is that how violent it was for a PG-13 film. As Hannah is traveling, trying to get out of this world, trying to find a name for herself, to break away to a new and more amazing life, she meets all these really interesting characters, from kids to adults, and she interacts with them, and it's very, very funny. It's very, very endearing. You really start to care about everybody that's involved. Even the villain, Cate Blanchett, is so evil in this movie. She is beautiful to look at, but you don't want to mess with her because once you turn around, she's going to blow you in the back of your head. It's crazy. And I felt that when you were getting to know these characters and caring about them, as Hannah is getting to know them, but then she's got to go because she's getting chased after, what happens to these characters? What's going on? I mean, are they killed? Are they let go? I don't think so. I think something bad is going to happen. And that's what I really, really enjoyed about this movie. It was really intense. And the music, thanks to the Chemical Brothers, just made it flow. And the cinematography was beautiful. This was a great mixture of art and action and adventure. Number 9, The Tree of Life. Terrence Malick is a true filmmaker. It's sad to say that he's only made about 5 films in his career. He took 20 years, from 1978 to 1998, and I don't know what happened during those years. I don't even know if... But luckily, in the year of 1998, he came back and he made The Thin Red Line, and then he went on to make another great film called The New World, and now we have The Tree of Life, which is just a beautiful film to behold. Did I understand everything? Can I explain everything, all my thoughts, my feelings and opinions to you? It's really quite difficult. I remember just watching this movie and being taken away into all these different ideas, from spirituality to the creation of the world to even dinosaurs. Literally, there are dinosaurs in this movie. Of course, there is somewhat of a story happening here. We're learning about a family during a certain time as they're struggling to survive themselves after tragedy, after death, and it's really quite moving. Brad Pitt does some of his best work. I do want to point out that 2011 was a year that we were introduced to a really great actress named Jessica Chastain. She had over 5 or 6 films this year. A lot of people saw her in The Help, which she was incredible. I highly recommend you see The Help, especially for the great cast, including Jessica. I really love her. The cinematography film should be nominated, and it should win. Like, am I on number 8 right now? I hope so. Okay. Number 8, Moneyball. For me, I have always really, deep down in my heart, had a love for the game of baseball. When I was a kid, I did Little League. As I grew up, I still love baseball. I was excited about when my team won, but sadly in the 90s when the strike happened, my love of baseball kind of went down the toilet. I just stopped caring about it. It seemed like the players didn't care. All they cared about is how much money they made. So my love of baseball comes and goes. I still romanticize the sport, and that's why I really loved Moneyball. Moneyball just didn't show you the game and how the game works. It showed you what happens behind the scenes and how these two guys changed the face of baseball forever. I kind of stayed out of the world of baseball. Haven't really cared about stats, players. I had no idea what happened to the A's in the early 2000s. Had no idea. The amazing season they had, and this movie shows it. My jaw just dropped. I love the relationship between Jonah Hill's character and Brad Pitt's character. They mesh so well together. Jonah Hill shows that he can truly act. He's not just some fat guy. Literally, he's not a fat guy anymore. He lost a lot of weight. But he's just not some fat, funny guy anymore. He can be funny, and he can be smart. He can be intelligent. He does a really great job here. This is a great film and one of the best sports movies of the year. I love this film. I'm grateful I saw it. I'm grateful I didn't know anything about it when I walked into the theater. Number 7, The Descendants, now winner of Best Picture Drama at the recent Golden Globe Awards. Congratulations. The Descendants is honest, it's funny, it's real. George Clooney gives a really all those things performance. I mean, it's probably one of his best performances. You really feel for him. You care about him. And when he discovers some news about his wife and he goes on this journey to uncover the mystery, you really want to find out what happens. George Clooney's character has a daughter. Actually has 2 daughters. But his oldest daughter is played by an actress named Shailene Woodley, who a lot of people probably recognize her from the ABC Family show Teenage Pregnant Chick, I don't know, Secret Life. I've never seen her act before, and in this film she does a really incredible job. She feels like she's more of the adult in this film. She has more to say. When George Clooney's running around, doesn't know what's going on, trying to figure out everything, she seems like she's got her head on right, and she knows what she wants. She does a really great job. I really hope the Oscars consider her. I really enjoyed the music, using the music of Hawaii. And it really puts you in that place. I forgot that I was in a movie theater. I felt like I was on a trip in Hawaii. It made me want to go. Now I want to talk about the filmmakers really quick. The director of this film is Alexander Payne, who's made a lot of great movies. Citizen Ruth, Election, About Schmidt, Sideways, and now The Descendants. Him and his writing partner, Jim Taylor, have written all 4 of these films. And on The Descendants, Jim Taylor is now discredited as producer. I'm really glad they're still together. They're still working because they make some of the best work. Number 6, Super 8. J.J. Abrams has made a great love letter to the films of Steven Spielberg. This felt not as a carbon copy, but as it was trying to tell a really honest story using those great elements that Steven Spielberg used, that we all love, that we return to, that we enjoy. Yes, this is a science fiction film, but I sometimes even see it more as also a family drama, a kid adventure where the kids are not talked down to. They are literally the heroes of this film. They're probably the smartest people in this movie. And isn't that refreshing? There isn't a lot of movies that come out right now where the kids are the heroes. The kids have the right ideas. The kids, maybe don't know what they're doing, but they're going to find a way and they're going to get things done. Kyle Chandler plays the father of the main star. He was in a really great show called Friday Night Lights, which he won an Emmy last year for. You really feel for his character. You really like him. You want him to find a way to communicate with his son.
I could get back into disco.
This movie is also very funny. There's a lot of great funny things about that. Little characters, little side notes. J.J. Abrams just captures it really well. Makes you feel for these kids. You want them to succeed. You don't want them to die. I saw this movie in IMAX, and the sound of this film was exciting. Sounds were just coming from everywhere. All the kids were really great in this film, but I think the kid that really shined was Ella Fanning. She has a performance in this film that is true. She's going places, maybe farther than her sister. Well, that was number 10 through 6. Join me next time for the final 5 films on my list of the best films of 2011. This is Movie Man Chad. Subscribe to me if there's a bubble there, or like me on Facebook, or check out my other videos. We'll see if there's bubbles there. You enjoy them. Thank you. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.